Okay, so today I'm making a video, commentary video. Yeah. Um, I might do another one if I remember to. So, anyways, today's topic is none other than Norm EW, who who is a journalist apparently. I don't know. Yeah, let's just say journalist in case you didn't know I was using air quotes. Basically he well, he's basically like those people on BuzzFeed. They tell you what you can and can't play. Like, like they say that I don't know, any game that has like a gun or firearm is just immediately bad. Or like, they say, oh, you should play this only, and then they actually expect you to do that. But he's a special type. He's a bit on the wackier side of the journalist spectrum, and to when we and Stanley started our podcast, let's just say his reaction was a little bit not too kind. Um, yeah, he went. Oh, hold on. Let me find a way to say this in family friendly. Yeah, he went absolutely bonkers. He got majorly pissed. So yes, he proclaims the title journalist. Yet he's not much of a journalist. More like the kind of person like no, the those kind of people who get offended if you call them he or she, if you don't use the correct pronouns or whatever this is. And if you were to like let me give you an example. Let's say he was identifies like male, not male but like female, and he's a male, and then you call him he. Yeah, he'll get mad, pretty mad. And then of course, back on the topic of the gun gameplay footage. Norm, if you are indeed watching this, um, don't don't go mad over the fact that there's a knife in the game. Just remember that we're surfing while holding the knife, cause you know the knife looks cool, and it's a freaking golden knife. I mean, where else do you see a golden knife? And while I understand you do not like gun gameplay footage. Uh, I don't care, but I chose to have this knife surfing footage because the only game that my little Android could run while recording. God, you don't know the struggle. Now, of course, he did make a video where he got into a voice chat with Stanley, my man, uh, talking about the Stanley W podcast and addressing let's just say his feelings towards the fact that we kind of named it after him, Stan EW. Our podcast, by the way, you should check it out. I'll put the link in the description. And he said it's copyrighted. I'm not quite sure you can get a copyrighted of. I'm pretty sure not even. I mean, who would care? You're doing a channel. You're doing like a podcast, whatever. You're not like a big celebrity, unless you're like a big celebrity. Then it shouldn't matter because just small YouTubers to get into a feud. I mean, that's how you know Stanley's becoming a real YouTuber. Now, of course, him being a journalist, and him not liking the yeah, that's right, Norm. I said him not liking gun gameplay footage. He talked about the video that Stanley made about him, and boy, when he saw when he saw that one firearm in the gameplay, oh boy, he got very seriously mad when he saw the firearm because you know nobody and because nobody's ever used gun gameplay and like in their commentary videos. Nobody's ever done that. Stanley's the first person to ever do that. You know, he's the messiah of it. He invented it. No one's done it before him, and he's the only one to perfect it. I don't understand. And he got the firearm being in there, and then I mean, it's kind of dumb. It's just a gun. It's not like it's not like he sees a gun and then decides to go on a killing spree, killing half of North America or something like that. He basically say that all gamers are bad people because of the games they played. Like you played Doom 2016. Now it would be understandable if to think that something's wrong with you killing demons all day, but no, it's it's understandable, I guess, but still pretty dumb because it's just a video game, man. You're not just because you played a video game doesn't make you a murder machine. That's kind of like the gamer stereotype nowadays with the media, so-called BuzzFeed, and Normie W as himself a so-called journalist. Now, we did have him on the podcast. Now, I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm sorry, ruining the big surprise. Yeah, we have him on the podcast, and mainly in the chat, the insultation of Stanley, calling him basically saying that he was afraid. Always with the of him being afraid. I don't know why, but he just kind of, you could say he was kind of attacking Stanley, but as soon as I say that, I know that I immediately triggered like several people. Oh God, calling him saying he feels scared, saying that he should do better. Now, if he's trying to motivate, yeah, that's cool, but like you don't insult somebody while motivating them because that's not motivation. That's not how motivation works. And then in the comments, he was not the comments, but like in the Discord server. Yes, like I said, he was he was pretty much just calling Stanley like like he was like Stanley was afraid. Oh, oh, you thought I wasn't gonna have gun gameplay, huh? Well, jokes on you. Oh boy, were you wrong? Cause I've got gun gameplay. All right, Norm. I know you're mad because you saw because you saw like more than I know you're mad because you saw like the firearm. The second he saw the firearm, I can tell somebody got mad, proclaiming, "This is not okay. You can't have firearms. That's bad." No, it's not. Now he proclaimed. Now back on him being a so-called journalist. Proclaims to be a journalist, yet does no such things as actual journalist, except for the not smart journalist media stereotype, where basically they get insulted by a gamer and immediately want to quit. But all they do is really just insult people who don't like them. Like if you say something bad about him, he's immediately gonna make a response video. I can I can tell you dislike anything of his. He's gonna make a response video. All those channels of kids are like, hey, but just thinking, he's a grown up. He's probably like an adult or something, and he is straight up mad of people disliking him. It's a perfectly normal thing for someone not to like you. I mean, not that I'm saying that you should be okay with it. I mean, you could see like, hey, what's wrong? Why don't you like me? But like, you don't straight up just get mad. Unlike Norm, who immediately gets mad at any type of negative actions towards him. And I've got to say, Norm, you should try to calm it down a bit. And maybe stop with the "Are you scared?" line, because no, Norm, we are not scared. We're not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he keeps retorting to the "Are you scared?" Tells us to do better, yet he insults us. Had him on the podcast. He had left several times. And then he had made a claim on his server saying how Stanley would possibly edit the audio clips. Which Stanley, the most he can do with editing when it comes to editing the podcast is like maybe cut some parts out. Referring to him as a tech whiz. Now, I unfortunately don't have any pictures of this, but Stanley could indeed confirm it as he read it to me, seeing as he in the Norm EW server or has connections to see what's going on there. And well, just gotta say, because he called him out. Norm got pissed. Now I'm gonna say Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything. Ha. But one last thing that I may have said before in the video. I may have not. I don't remember. Editing's kind of wild in here. His name is his Norm EW, which it sounds like Norm Ew. Hilarious. I know. It's hilarious, isn't it? How his name ends with Ew.